cars go down, they're finicky, they're delicate, and what happens when that car goes down.
Right now at the racetrack, there's a team maintaining cars, and there's also a team back at the office getting the next fleet ready for the next event. Then there's the technicians who are within the operations team. They're the experts who maintain our vehicles. Then there's the actual front lines of the events. Our teams travel around the United States, maintain the vehicles, and make sure everything's safe and running efficiently.
Basically, like if you were going to show up with your own car to track day, this is exactly what you would do. You would get your floor mats out of the car, you double check your trunk, you check your lugs, your tire pressure, your fluid levels, everything you could actually visually inspect, the wear of the brake pads. Even though that was already done at our garage in Chicago, it's just like a double check to make sure everything's in good shape. So that's what these guys are up to. Also, they'll double check all of our in-car camera systems, make sure that they're working and everything's set up and they're formatted, and so you don't have any issues with that.
I'm Brian Bang, and I'm the lead technician this weekend at Xtreme Xperience. My day-to-day things include anything from in the mornings we come in and we prep the cars, make sure that they're, everything's good to go for the day. We torque the wheels, put air in the tires, check oils, fluid levels, things like that. And then depending on, it's like I almost call myself like a fire chief because I'm always putting out fires throughout the day. That's just how it is. This is the nature of the program. We're constantly, we got our eyes on the cars all day, taking notes, fixing things that go down, constantly communicating with other departments. So it's a very, very busy day, but we've kind of got it set up pretty well that, it's like you do one thing, then you do another, and it's very structured in how it works.
The fleet aesthetics, detailing and cleaning. My name is Juan Leon. I work for Xtreme Xperience. Set up the tents, make sure the lines are straight for people to come in and find the lines. Then I'm gonna try to give a quick detail to the cars once they put them in the pit. I have a lot of energy, always. I don't even know why. I don't even drink Red Bull, or coffee doesn't make me any difference. I'm just a happy guy, I guess. I'm having a good time, and I enjoy what I do, and I do my best always.
Can you feel it? We got the move. 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 Can you feel it?
Yes, it's my main role, and the car's being clean.
Yeah.
Someone throws up in the car, I gotta go clean it.
Has that happened before?
Yes.
So this weekend in particular, we've actually ran into a few things that we haven't ran into in the past. Like for example, in one of our Lamborghinis, we went and took it for fuel, we shut the car off, and then it didn't want to turn back on. It just had a no-start condition. We've never actually had that happen before, so we had to manually put the transmission into neutral, push it all the way back to tech, and this track, it's a long way back to tech. So.
What happened?
I made a live stream. It didn't have enough horsepower, so we're adding some.
What happened to it?
American power over Italian. Dirty, don't touch it.
guys are doing great. Heavyweight. All right, too far. We're gonna bring it back here. There you go. You know what's wrong with it?
I think the start button.
Really?
What is
You're
it?
gonna run just two wires and you just touch them?
Start button?
Interesting.
You did great, Brian. You did really good. I would be dragging the brake if I were you.
Basically, we had an issue with the no start. We didn't have taillights. I did a little bit of diagnosis, and it led to a fuse that blew for the body control module. And you know, we popped in a new fuse, and everything was good. But obviously, it blew because of something shorted out, right? So we're waiting until probably the end of the event to really dig into it to find out what's going on with it. But for right now, it's actually pretty good. But certain things like that we haven't ran into yet, we're coming across those things this weekend. And then of course, our SSs, our lead cars, are going obviously always going through a lot of stress because they're running 8 hours a day, sometimes more than that, and they're getting tired. so that's the difference between like the supercars and the lead cars. Lead cars are being driven by professional drivers, whereas supercars are being driven by the general public who typically don't have the experience in driving cars. So the Mclaren is it's a pretty special vehicle, I would say. Their electronic systems are very, very touchy, and with what happened with our McLaren over the weekend, it came in after a driver, an instructor ride-along. So what happens in a ride-along is an instructor drives a supercar, and someone just goes for basically a ride-along.
So one of the things that we can do here, obviously we love when you guys drive the car. That's what's best for us, is seeing your dreams come true. But if you really want us to, we will happily take you for a ride where we are driving as well. So we are in the Porsche GT3. It is the least powerful car we have, the least fancy car we have, but it is generally the favorite car here. It is my favorite car. Pretty unanimous amongst the instructors. This thing is just so nimble that even though it has less power, it handles so well that you get to use more of that power more often, and that usually turns into it being the quickest car on the racetrack anyway. So we're gonna go out here and turn a few hot laps and show you exactly what you can do after tens of thousands of laps on racetracks all over the place. Sound good? What we do with our ride-alongs is we just stay to the back, and what we'll do is, so you have your front lead car and they're going at whatever pace. We're gonna go as slow as we can, almost let them catch up to us, and now we've created all the real estate. So on the first lap we'll go maybe 5/10. I'll explain, you already know about the cones, but we'll kind of put it into motion, a moving classroom. Second lap we'll go a little quicker. That's probably when we'll begin to start catching other cars. And then that third lap, hopefully we'll still have a bunch of real estate, and that's when we'll go and have some fun. The ride-alongs are a lot of fun because sometimes you'll have people go out with you and then you drive them and you get to show them exactly the nuances of this car and the track, or you'll have a 12-year-old kid and you can just see that you are actively changing their life, every second of the way. All right, so we're gonna head on out in this beautiful 911 GT3 here at Gateway Motorsports Park. And like I said, we're just gonna crawl out on track here. There's no time limit, so what we're trying to do is create the biggest gap possible between us and all these other cars. And I'm more or less gonna be waiting until I see that lead car coming around behind us. And the more patient we are now, the more fun we'll be able to have. As you can imagine, these people are very nervous to be driving these cars. If I come flying up on them, I'm just gonna intimidate them even more. And I don't really want to interrupt what they're driving with them to have fun. Let's go have some fun. You ready? Let's do it. All right. Just as before, we're aiming for the orange and green code. This video is so exciting. It's incredible. And that is the typical response. Wow. So while the idea with Xtreme Xperience is that most people have never done anything like this before, and as long as you can follow our cone systems around, you can go and have fun too. But of course, after doing it thousands and thousands of times, then you can go and do it like that. And it never gets old. This car in particular is certainly one of my favorites. And this is a great track we have here. We have that long straightaway, some low speed challenging corners, some high speed corners. So it really lets you see and feel exactly why these cars are called supercars, why they cost so much money, and why everybody wants to have them. Still got it.
So what happened with that one, Instructor came in with the car and tried to put it into neutral, and it would not go into neutral. It was just stuck in first gear. It had a systems communications error on the dash, and at that point, sometimes you can just shut the car off, turn it back on, and it'll go away. So just like a computer or something like that, turn it off, turn it back on, it'll be good. But when I did that, nothing happened. Actually, in fact, more lights came on. We had a transmission failure, we had an electronic stability control fault, we had what else did we have? A parking brake fault in there too. Just a whole bunch of faults that just popped up. So I actually had to manually put power to the rear parking brakes to release the brakes so that we can actually push it back to the tech.
Mclaren down. What happened, do we know? Electrical?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is the fastest you've gone in one of our cars in like 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah. Drive it. Drive it. Alright, man, stop running.
Hands on the head.
Take a breath. Hands up.
Hands on the head.
That's the second one today, dude. Fuck.
Thanks, dude.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Break something lighter.
Thank you, Yagi.
Should I leave you in neutral? Just leave? Yeah, just get out of there. We're good. Alright.
I think we're setting a record for most cars for century.
Feel the burn? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, fuck, that was nice, actually.
I almost died, my bud. You want water? I didn't even think that.
That was way too far.
What?
When you think about it, we were like, you started right there.
We did, yeah. This is probably the worst location for us to have to push cars out of the way.
It's like one round too.
Oh my god.
We were all really tired after that. Dug into it and I just could not get it figured out. It was just not cooperating with me at all. And while doing all that work, I found that there was an oil leak under the car too. So that was kind of the nail in the coffin for the car. Typically we would dig into it, try to figure out what's leaking and try to make the repair. But logistically it just doesn't make sense because I could dig into the car and fix it, but by the time it's done, the event is done already. So there's things like that. It's kind of give and take, kind of thinking about like, is it worth fixing now? Do we just wait? There's a sense of urgency and a sense of empathy because I know that these people, some people are okay with coming here and be like, oh, my car is not working, I'll just hop into another one. But some people specifically come here to drive that car.
As we grow, our fleet of cars becomes more fan specific. And so people get excited about the cars that they chose to drive. We've all been disappointed in business by businesses. I don't care if you just got the wrong number of ketchup packets in your French fry order or your race car broke down.
For example, the Mclaren. I actually talked to a guest that was like here for that car specifically. He was like really upset, but he was understanding of the situation. So I thank him for that. But for me, it hits because I want to be able to fix the issue. You know, I'm that guy that's supposed to be able to fix that issue. So when I can't get a car back up in time for them to be able to drive it, it definitely hurts. Yeah.
When the car goes down and the lines start building up, customers want to drive that car and they get mad, and I have to be nice to them, and then we have to give them something for free so they're not mad at us, and try to do our best, move into a different car, or just try to make them happy.
The car situation, we started the day off this morning thinking that we were going to have the Mclaren back. The Mclaren did not come back. So the first part of the day, we were kind of gauging the guests as they came in, and I was letting our team know, hey, we're just going to let them know as they arrive that the Mclaren went down, but we have the Ferrari as an option. It's on the same tier. So we always offer them another car on the same tier.
And most everybody is pretty cool with that because nobody wants to show up to a track and then told they can't do what they came to do. So I like to call people, I like to make sure that people are made aware before they head out here.
People, they're gonna be pissed. I was told that we have availability in the Ferrari instead, or the Porsche, and then like we have a full throttle package, which is the photo, video, t-shirt, and like 2 pit passes. Yeah, so our McLaren is down for mechanical reasons, and I just have to contact everyone for this afternoon, you know, deliver the bad news, but they're in luck because we do have availability in our Ferrari or Porsche today. And then also throw in a full throttle package.
Hello?
This is Linda calling from Xtreme Xperience. I am calling regarding your reservation in the McLaren today. Unfortunately, due to mechanical reasons, it did go down this morning.